Welcome back to the RPG Blender. Before we dive in, a quick announcement. Today is the beginning of a new arc and a new release schedule. As we transition to a more flowing narrative, we're moving to a weekly release. So find us here every Monday for the next part of the adventure. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next setting in our adventure. Today we begin a new chapter in our ongoing story. Meet the characters as we return to a previously one-shot game. So, step with us through the door to a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted. Welcome to Nexus. Joining me today, we have Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, howdy.
We have Rich. Say hello, Rich.
Howdy.
And joining us again off of his one-time torture and grab bag gaming, we have Ed. Welcome, Ed. Say hello.
Hello. Oh, God. I got lost again, but it's so good to be back. Thank you.
You didn't say howdy.
Howdy. You I got confused because you said it twice and he said it once, so I figured I shouldn't say anything, but that's bad radio.
Nah, that's true. That's true. Dead time's bad time. All right, that's fair.
All right. Unfortunately, Greg could not be here to join us tonight, but we will get him in on the next session. All right. Let us begin. Ed.
Oh, God.
We're starting with you. What is your character's name?
My name is Strings.
Okay. Could you go ahead and give us a little description of yourself?
Yeah. So Strings is from the South. He's got like a little bit darker skin, long hair at this point, but he attempts to be as perfectly manicured as possible. If you would find him in pretty much any setting, he is wearing as flamboyant clothes as possible, like big flowing silken robes. He sometimes has his nails done, but with like extra long nails, and he's usually smoking a very long pipe. He has no qualms about being somewhat ostentatious. But before all this, he is sort of an unusually attractive person, a sort of Benedict Cumberbatch type. Bad example, because he doesn't look anything like that. But just imagine, like, it's not conventionally handsome, but like you're just intrigued by the way that this person looks.
Like David Bowie.
Yeah, like that was such a better example. Yes, thank you. Our sweet Labyrinth King. Think of him. But yeah, so sometimes he'll even wear like platform sandals. Just like he looks very strange, but he's very good at pulling focus. He likes to play instruments. He'll often recount poems or stories that he's heard before. And he is never too far away from his he has this horse that he loves so much. His horse's name is Invincible 2, and he loves that horse the most.
What happened to Invincible 1?
Don't ask. Do not ask this of Strings. But that's me.
You were nicely minding your own business one day, going about your training within the Immaculate Order, working toward eventually becoming a member of the Wild Hunt. When you received word of your first mission, you are being sent to the city of Nexus to the east. This is an independent city. So within it, the usual weight that your imperial blood gives you is not having the same effect, because these people do not owe fealty to the Empress or to the realm. This is a free city, so you are not able to act with the same authority that you normally would. Therefore, you have been given an order of discretion. You are going there. You are to meet 2 contacts, and those 2 are going to perform with you a job for the Guild. The Guild is an organization of merchants that runs the city of Nexus. They are the power behind the city itself. The goal here is that you are going to do some work for them, ingratiate yourselves to them, and eventually find some leverage to allow the Immaculate Order and the Wild Hunts to get a little bit more of a foothold in the city of Nexus.
I love all of that except for the word discretion. That is going to be rough, but the rest of that I'm fully behind.
The discretion part is mostly don't go dropping your titles and that you're connected to the Immaculate Order and the Wild Hunts?
Oh, that's easier. Okay, great. So I
Yes.
can still like be crazy and like wear
Oh,
all
yeah.
my stuff. Oh, great. If I can bring my
Absolutely.
costume closet, then I'm golden, man.
Okay. It's been a long journey by boat, but eventually you do see the city of Nexus on the horizon. Your ship sails into harbor in clear skies and blue seas. And there, standing at the docks, you see your two contacts. Go ahead and describe yourselves, gentlemen.
Rich, I'll let you lead.
Okay, you would. Before you see a man who's got a bald head, kind of like a longish beard or anything. Looks fairly young in the face and everything like that, but arms about like yay wide.
Big.
Yeah, just a very big person. And
I think we call that thick in the biz.
Small
Oh,
of,
shit.
of note is he's 12 feet tall, roundabouts. Actually,
Oh!
how big are giants?
Uh,
Am I like 9 feet tall or 10 feet tall?
you're very large.
Yeah.
You're very large. If you'd like, I will go find the number for you while you continue describing yourself.
I think on the boat, I'm just like, wow, we're a lot closer than I thought. Oh no, perspective. Oh God. And I just realized like how big you are.
But yeah, other than that, I have very defined smile lines and everything. I'm clearly a very happy person. I probably am waving toward the boat as it's coming. I wear very sparse armor and carry a weapon on my back that definitely has just dust and stuff on it. Just very rarely used because I'm 12 feet tall. So why would I need to use
Who needs a weapon? You are a weapon.
Well, it's more like, are we?
And
We're not gonna-
Are we gonna do
You
this?
don't want to bark up that 12-foot tree. It's not a good climb.
A mighty oak.
And next to him is someone a little more than half his height, which is to say a normal person height, standing around like 5'10" or so, average looking build, graying hair that is split in the middle with a headband. Sort of keeping it out of his face. Fair complexion, sporting basic leather like trappings, with looks like a satchel along his side. Definitely a backpack that has a couple of different somethings sticking out of it. One of them's completely wrapped up in cloth. Another looks like it might be like the end of like a bow. And there's obviously a weapon hanging at his side, which he has a couple of belts wrapped around his waist with loose flowing pants, which are clipped into ankle-high boots, which are wrapped with like thonging around them to sort of maintain the form of the loose leathers, and basic gloves. Just standing there and watching, sort of a neutral-looking expression, observing your arrival.
I kind of take you guys in and I'm just stroking Invincible 2's mane.
You recognize these two as the two that you were told to meet. Naman Rakim is the large one, and Kathak Lau is the smaller.
I'm going to particularly notice like how heavily armed they are and kind of be like, good, great. I feel better about that. Yeah, I'll lead my horse off the boat, making very sure that it's like safe and sound as it disembarks, and I'll bring it over to you guys, and I'll be, gentlemen, I assume this is the meeting that was planned?
This is the meeting that was planned. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hello. And I immediately just stick my hand in your face for a handshake.
I think I just like recoil. Oh, you are a friendly one. I enjoy that quite a bit. And I sort of grab my hand around as many fingers as I can, which probably isn't many. My nails might make up the rest, and I kind of shake your hand.
7.5 to 10 feet tall, by the
Good
way, is
God.
the range.
Going full 10.
Full 10.
Yeah,
there you go.
baby!
There you go. 10 feet tall.
Beautiful.
Yes. Obviously, we were the individuals for you to meet up with. Pleasantries as it is. I am Kathak.
Which makes you Naman, I suppose.
You can
No,
suppose.
those are this is Asian style names, so the
Right,
Latin
which
name
makes you
is-
Rakim, I suppose.
Well, I mean, we're not friends yet. You don't have to call me.
That's true. I guess I would be as formal as possible, even with people who are like assigned to be my friends.
You're obligated by contract.
So is that like, yeah, no, Mr. Naman, I would definitely go for that.
And I'll correct you and say, Rakim. Anyway.
Mr. Rakim, got it.
Kathak will do fine for me. And you are
Noted.
Strings, was it?
That is me, Strings.
Excellent. Well, there's much to be done in very little time. I believe we should get off, shall we?
Brisk. I like that. Let's do it.
Do you plan on traveling with? And he looks over to the horse and then back to him.
I kind of look at you as if that's the craziest question you could possibly ask me. Like, yes, excuse me.
I mean,
People don't bring horses not to bring horses. That seems weird.
well, of course, but we're going to be in a city, perhaps.
Do people not have horses in cities where you come from?
As long
I've
as
seen many horses.
as long as you'll be able to take care of it. I mean, I'm just going to say, who knows what will happen here is all.
The horse can take care of itself, or its name isn't Invincible too. And I just put my hand on his like haunch.
Huh?
I just cross my arms and I nod.
Two? Was it?
Yes, Invincible too.
Twice as invincible as the next horse. I like it.
Mr. Akeem, you and I are going to get along swimmingly, I think.
Very well. Are either of you by any chance familiar with this city?
Is there a check I could make to see if I know anything about that?
Lore. That would be intelligence lore.
Oh, I have some points in that.
That's great.
So I'm so sorry. Remind me how I do this. It's I have 2 dots on the skill itself, and then I use that with intelligence.
Yep.
So that's
So
4
the
total.
number of dots that you have is the number of dice that you grab.
Sweet.
You roll them. You're looking for 7 through 10, with
Okay.
10s counting as 2 successes.
All right. Well, I rolled a 4, a 1, a 5, and a 10. So that's 2.
Okay. You are not familiar enough with Nexus to be able to navigate it very well. You could find major points of interest, and you know the general stories about it. Large free markets, a significant slave trade goes through here,
Ugh.
and but other than that, its major feature is that it does business with anyone, and it is not under the standard tariffs of the realm.
Great. I light up my long pipe, which is like double length Gandalf pipe. It's nonsense long. It makes no sense to have a pipe this long.
No.
And I nearly need to fully extend my arm to like grip the bulb. And I go into full tour guide mode, and I just start like telling them about the like, you know, sightseeing opportunities in Nexus.
Nice.
I nod along, listening to his flow of knowledge, just kind of smiling, taking it in, looking around observantly.
Does anyone have anything pertinent that they do? Anything you wish to discuss before making your way to your job?
Just quietly, I look over, like, as he's, like, tour guiding us ahead, and I go, this is the guy.
I give him a sort of knowing nod and smile back. Yes.
Okay. Eventually, you make your way to Hierarch Artemisia Sapphire's abode. You make your way to there, and you are guided through to her office. The Hierarch's office is splendid and rather opulent. The chairs are detailed in ivory, and the desk is of the finest Eastern wood. Clearly, Hierarch Artemisia has some wealth to flaunt, and has gone to great lengths to ensure visitors understand that they are meeting with one who speaks for the guild. After a few moments of silence, the Hierarch enters from a side room. She enters. Her hair is neat without a stray strand. Her raven curls are held in place with a golden tiara, and her eyes glint like cool blue steel. She walks in without much pomp, makes her way to her desk, and has a seat before looking at all of you.
When you say not much, is there, like, one servant who's like,
Yes, there's one in the corner who is slightly doing the golf clap.
Clapsmith. Applause. Is there a local custom for like grand greetings? And if so, would I know it?
I do the local custom.
That's a better way to role play. Damn it, Richie, you're right. I do the local custom for a grand gesture of greeting.
To know to have that information, it would be a socialized role. It would be actually an intelligence socialized to know if you're aware of the local greetings.
Hell yeah. Oh, and I have the upper class thing. So
Okay.
that's my little boon. So
Yep,
I roll.
so you'll get an extra die.
Great. That's going to be 7 dice.
Is it 7s and up or 8s and up?
7s and up.
7s and up, I think.
7s and up.
And 10s
that's-
are double.
Oh man, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Woof.
I rolled a 2, and then all the rest above 7, and one of them was a 10.
You incline your head at the exact, precise right angle to be able to convey a difference in standing between yourself and her, while also intimating that you have skills and knowledge which put you well above the standing that you currently hold.
You know that's right.
Smooth. Kathak just gives a deep bow.
Okay.
I do it really good, somewhere between those two.
All right.
Am I the low end? God
Yeah,
damn.
oh, definitely, yeah.
Yes. She looks at each one of you in turn, noting your responses. I see you are not all from Nexus. How long have you been here?
George, how long have I been here?
You've been here a few weeks.
But I do this with my hands and fingers. A few weeks.
We're all new arrivals to your city, but may we just say the splendor of it has made us feel quite at home.
Of
It
course,
is interesting to see a free city, so beautiful and so well developed. It's impressive, truly. You've done a great job.
The city has stood and will always stand. It is a pinnacle of success, of wealth and grandeur, and I do my best to make sure that it maintains that standing. With that in mind, I have a job that I would like to put to you. There is an individual of note who has become lost underneath the city. It is very dangerous down there, and I would see you go into the bowels of this city, retrieve her, and bring her back to me.
We
Is
would
that
be happy
clear?
to help. Of course, please. Some questions, if you don't mind, though. The individual, what is her name?
Her name is Avia.
Avia. Beautiful name.
You thought you were going to trip me up there, Craig.
If you haven't learned by now, I'm going to ask every single person's name. I don't think you ever will. Any defining features about her? Height, color of skin or hair, eye color?
Fair of skin, light blonde hair, fairly long. Her eyes are also blue like the river. She is of moderate height. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Curiosity pushes me to ask, why is this individual lost? What triggered such events?
Because she's a foolish child who decided to make her way into a place where she knows nothing.
How long has she been missing for, if I may ask?
She has been missing for several weeks at this point.
And
It was only now that we realized where she was, and now we would have you bring her back.
Hierarch, you must forgive me for speaking so bluntly.
Must I?
That's a fair point. Then I'm just going to speak, and you may do with me what you will. I can only hope your magnanimity is as great as your beauty. I take a step forward, and I say, usually when people have been missing for several weeks, the hunt is called off in favor of tragedy. If you have only recently discovered where she's hidden, then you must assume that if she's not dead, she's with someone or multiple someones. Is that true?
I do not know of anyone that she might be with at this time.
Duly noted.
Succinct and to the point.
I do appreciate brevity. Also, you said she's blonde-haired and blue-eyed. Is that unusual for a city like this, or is that...
No, that's give me a sure, charisma socialize.
Oh baby. Oh baby.
Struck some gold.
Here we go. That's my shit right there.
Roll them hot.
I'm good at one thing, you guys, and it's this. Maybe I'm not that good at this one. No, it's still 3. It's still 3 successes.
All right, that's not bad.
Okay. From how she is described, and from what you know and what you saw walking through the city, the appearance is not unusual. She appears to be very much the ideal beauty of this area.
Got it. Okay. So I don't think that she's like an escaped slave or anything. She actually sounds like she fits neatly into society.
Yeah.
Got it.
Does she have any signet rings or anything particular she often wears?
Ooh, excellent question, my large friend.
She does not have any particular treasures with her, if that is what you are asking.
No, I'm asking to see if there is anything else that could help identify. I do not want to bring you every so tall, and I like bend down to like mimic the tallness, every so tall blonde person. I want to make sure that we do it right for you immediately.
Any other so tall blonde people under the city are dead.
Well, this is good information to have.
Indeed, quite.
But why?
Why are they dead, or why do you continue to ask me these inane questions?
No, the first one. Yeah.
Because the underground, as I have mentioned, is dangerous.
These questions aside, we did say we will take care of this task, and we will do just that. If I may, though, would you be so kind as to inform us of any potential threats or dangers we may encounter, so we may make sure they don't stop us from the appropriate task at hand?
The ground itself will be the largest danger there. Cave-ins, collapses. Aside from that, whatever lives down there, I have not seen fit to go myself in some time.
And rightfully so. I would hope that someone in a station as yours not need to bother yourself with such difficulties. However, as far as making our way down into that area, do you have one or more areas of entry that we should consider? Or is there a last seen location for this individual?
We do have a place of entry for you in the Nighthammer district. It is our industrial center. From there, you will be able to descend under the ground and make your way to where we believe she is.
Will we be given an escort there? Will there be somebody to see us through the underground entryway?
We will escort you to the entrance, and from there, you will have to rely on your own skills.
That part won't be an issue. Kathak looks to Strings and Rakeem. Any other thoughts, questions?
Seems fairly straightforward.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yet you're still here instead of doing it.
A fair point. Well struck. We will be happy to leave, if you would be so kind as to give us our escort.
Of course. And for payment, you will receive, and she gestures to a side chest, which contains about resources 2 worth of jade talents and guild coin.
Good old resources too, which we
My
all know
favorite
what that
amount
means.
of resources more than resources one.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me, Hierarch, if I may. Some tasks that myself and Rakeem have handled in the past, our individuals who have hired us have sometimes saw fit to give us some resources to help us along the way should we need provisions. Would you feel it acceptable to by any chance have perhaps half of said payment for us to begin our journey to help us in preparing for this? And he gives a nice bright smile.
Me too.
I also smile, surprised at how much I like both of these people I'm suddenly stuck with. Just like, yeah.
Okay. You can give me a charisma bureaucracy roll.
Oh,
Aren't
not
you
the
good at
right
bureaucracy?
thing. Not that good.
Is there anything I can do to like aid him, give him an extra die or something? Is there a
With my
mechanic for that?
presence? Look how big
What
I
you
am.
can do,
I have
you can
presents.
do-
We have presents. Can we be his hype men?
you can make the same roll that he is making,
Okay.
and any successes that you get will give him extra dice.
Perfecto.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I like
boy.
that.
Well, I don't have any bureaucracy, but charisma we're good at.
All right, come on, guys. Help a brother out.
All right, that's 2 extra dice from me.
Okay, cool. This pool's getting a little nicer.
That's these can explode. All right, 2.
Come on, give me something.
What is your
good.
total pool?
7.
Hey,
So that is boop de boop de boop de boop 4.
Very well. And if you fail the mission, I will see that we collect the money back.
So long as you can find our bodies, I hear that's an issue. But thank you very much, Hierarch. That is most gracious of you.
Then be on your way.
Very well.
One of you can add resources 1 to your sheet, or you can just pretend that you have it on your sheet for the rest of this session, because that's what you have. From
Cool.
Great. Your escort leads you through the streets of Nexus. Do you have any detours you would like to take along the way?
Catholic does say, before you bring us to our intended destination, is there by any chance a general goods store or something we might be able to stop by to use some of the very gracious Hierarch's provisions she's given us for this task?
Your escort looks at you and then gestures to basically everything around him, as this city is one large marketplace.
Perfect. And he'll turn to his two colleagues and say, as we are going underground, I think it would behoove us to consider resources that might be necessary for it. Having a little coin in our pocket is one thing, but making sure we're not completely disarmed should we need to be trekking down several levels and possibly even staying there overnight. Who knows what this trek will entail? I mean, as Strings here mentioned, several weeks of a disappearance. That can be a significant amount of distance or something even, I don't want to say insidious, but complicated. I think it would behoove us to think in both short-term and long-term in this task.
And the task was to find her?
I believe find her and bring her back, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we can shoot as soon as this guy leaves us. We could go hang out for half a day, come back and say we found her, and then ask for money. I don't think that's how that works.
This is fair.
So as far as provisions, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking just make sure we have ample supply of rope. How do you pronounce it? Pitons? Pythons?
Titans.
Metal stabby things for the wall.
Yes, exactly. The technical term. Metal stabby things for the wall.
That horses can't use.
I say, I'm your thesaurus.
Yes, exactly. I have my own basic traveling wares, wineskin and a little bit of provisions. Strings, do you have traveling goods? You give Strings an up and down. Seem more for the finer things. Have you roughed it out in the wilds every now and then?
There was a time. I try to avoid it when I can, and I'd hoped I would once again avoid it, but it seems I have no choice. I can take care of myself, especially in good company.
Okay. Very well. Rakeem, do you have any camping supplies on your pack? I mean, you can hold all sorts of things in there. I've sort of lost track of what you bring with you anymore.
Mostly just food. We need food, lanterns. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dark.
Right. Okay. Then let's do some shopping.
Montage.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
A little shopping montage. Pretty much just want to get rope, metal stabby things for climbing, some food, lanterns and oil, or at the very least, if they have like torches or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it to start. Until you tell me I've burned my resources.
Give me your wits bureaucracy.
Can I try and schmooze people to ask where the good vendors are?
The good vendors are the inexpensive vendors.
The ones in between.
That's what his role is going to be doing. So you can make a charisma socialized roll, and he can add the successes to his.
Wunderbar.
Meanwhile, while they're doing this, can I like slip away for a second and
You're very indiscreet, so I don't see how you could.
yeah, right. Nobody would notice me being gone.
Dex
I
stealth.
think actually somehow though, Rakeem is less discreet than Strings, just by mere presence.
Dex stealth.
Dex stealth, great. Oh baby.
That is 5 successes.
Okay. And how many successes did you get to sneak away?
I got 4.
You got 4 successes. Okay. Anybody who would like to oppose that can roll wits awareness.
Sure, I'll give it a whirl. Why not? We're here to roll dice. Let's roll some dice.
Let's roll some dice.
Since you are engaged in your own actions, there will be a penalty to, your
that's
successes.
That's fair. That's fair.
It is.
As the DM wills it.
Ooh. I got 4.
And how many did you get, Ed?
I got 4.
So
I mean,
I only
even if I
got-
see you, I'm just gonna wave, so I don't.
Rakeem does not see you slip
Doesn't
away.
matter.
Sweet. If it is at all possible to like, I don't know if there are reagents necessary for practicing occult stuff, but as long as I'm here in the city, I'd like to see if I can find like a shady spot, just grab some resupply.
Okay. Occult studies are not particularly taboo. The spirits and the interaction with the spirits is a fairly normal.
Love
Part
that
of
for
life.
me. Oh, yes.
So, so it's fairly easy for you to find some herbs and whatever you need.
I think based on his upbringing, Strings is still very much like, hey man, do you have stuff to talk to the other side? And they're like, oh yeah, no, third eye. And I'm just like, yeah, no, keep your voice down, brother. Just like, I
Fucking
still think I
cool.
have to be like stealthy about it, but everyone's cool with it. So to me, it's like really fucking weird, but to everybody else, it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's right over there.
So if I wanted to eat at midnight, Are you talking about grave moss, man? Just ask for grave moss.
Be cool.
Say it like that.
So Lau, you managed with your roll. It's not too hard to find your basic supplies, but by the time you've purchased all that, you find your resources beginning to dwindle.
All right, that's not so bad. All right. He'll turn back to the group after like grabbing the gear and start handing the gear over to Rakeem.
Yeah, and he'll start handing it over to Rakeem. Yeah, just take it all and put it in.
Yeah, because he knows. And he goes, all right, so that's and then I assume Strings isn't there, or did Strings get back while all that happened? Like
Strings would have gotten back by the time you were done, because you had to go to a few different stores in order to do that.
Just grabbed a little pipe weed too while I'm at it.
Word. We're gonna be fine down underground. Cool.
Puff pass, baby.
Yes. Let's see. So we got rope, metal stabby thingies, food, lantern, oil. Did I forget anything else?
That's pretty good for a cave adventure.
And screw it. Like 3 like bedrolls.
Yeah.
3 bedrolls.
I would assume we have bedrolls, but
I'm just covering bases because
Sure.
You want to get new bedrolls? I mean, my bedroll's probably pretty worn, so I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. And frankly, if it's bad weather, 2 bedrolls is better than 1 bedroll. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, and we might need one for the person we're bringing back.
Exactly.
This is true. This
There's
is
also
true.
the girl who we're already assuming is dead, but we don't know. So there we go.
That's your secret mission.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay.
Huh?
All right. Your
Yeah.
escort is there, watching you go from one stall to the next.
Lau
Not
will
saying a word.
will slowly make his way back over to him while like counting his money and just like, okay, so I have that much. Do I think that's enough? And he'll turn to the guard. What do you think? Do you think that we got enough? I'm not sure if we really got everything that we need.
He looks
Oh,
at you,
no.
shrugs, does
Yeah,
not
me-
say a word.
Me neither. All right. What the hey? We'll give it a whirl. Lead on.
Oh, let's get some extra water skins because there might be water underground.
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually probably harder to get. Wait,
Alright.
water. I don't know if there's water underground.
All right. Very well. 3 water skins, my good man. Throws coin at the dude, takes some water skins. Thank you.
Every time we try to leave the store, but what if we also had, and then we just come back in?
Oh, that's a good
Toilet
idea.
paper.
I'm not going to use leaves.
In the time we were talking about it, I've already run out of pipe weed. Would you mind terribly if we just...
Could I just have a dip? Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
little.
One resource gone later.
Okay, water skins. All right, boys. Last call. Provisions.
Like eyeing up a goat I really wanted the whole time, but I'm like, no, let's go.
I pat you on the shoulder. I'm like, I get it. I do.
On the shoulder. Can you reach his shoulder?
I pat him on the rib cage. I get it. I do.
I have like a labeled area where this is my shoulder and it's just underneath my arm.
Just got
can
wonderful
reach-
You could
handwriting.
probably reach my back shoulder.
10 feet
Well, you can reach up to
With
8.
your nails.
with the nails. I could just tap
If you're
you on your
five- if
shoulder.
If
Yeah,
you're like
little
5 foot
scratch.
something, you can reach up 8 feet. So we're
Definitely
gonna
with the
go
nails.
8.
Gross little nail
Definitely with the
scratch.
nails.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's nice.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. What's your name? I didn't catch your name.
You're talking to the.
To the guard. Yeah. To the escort.
He looks at you, opens his mouth, and you can see the lack of a tongue.
Ah, sorry. Didn't mean to offend. Lead the way.
At which point, you also probably notice the slave brand on his arm.
Ugh, yuck.
And Lau's face drops a bit in noticing that, and his attitude definitely shifts, and just lead on.
Okay. And your nameless guide leads you through the city to the Nighthammer district. This is the industrial sector. This is where metals are smelted and the craftsmen ply their trades. There is a thick layer of ash that covers basically the entirety of this sector of the city. Eventually, he leads you to a copper foundry. The heat of the foundry is blistering. The entire factory is bathed in a dull red glow, which glows brighter and clearer toward the massive iron vats which hold tons of molten copper. Even without the men working in the forges, the sound of clanging hammers hangs in the air. In the center of the foundry is a massive shaft with 2 channels leading into it. The channels glisten with a thin layer of dried copper, as does the edge of the shaft and the adjoining walls. Your guide, gestures toward the shaft.
Thank you.
He bows slightly. and steps back.
Will you be heading back?
He shakes his head.
You're staying here.
He nods, and then he points at you, and he points at the ground.
Until we return.
He
This
nods.
is a silly question, but do you have things to take care of yourself while you're here?
He shrugs.
I'm gonna give him some food.
Give him a skin as well.
Yeah, I do that as well.
If I don't believe that Invincible 2 can make it underground, can I leave? Not Invincible 2 with the horse. Sorry, Invincible 2 with the guard. Can I leave the guard with Invincible 2?
Your horse is enormous. As far as horses go, it is a large horse. It is a muscular horse.
Oh, yes,
Your horse could fit down the path. Could go down the channel. But it will be a tight fit. And there is the chance of slipping. So it is up to you.
Nope, not risking it. Nope. Now Invincible 2 has to guard the guard. I go over to Invincible 2 and I just like hold his head to mine, like all those pictures of horse girls on Instagram. And I just kind of, I just make horse noises at him for a little while. And I pull like my packs off of his back and I go, okay, I think I can do this.
Okay.
I put my hands on your shoulders as you walk past toward the shaft and I go, you're a strong man. You're a strong man.
Yeah, I go, I'm a strong man. I'm a strong man. And I kind of nod and agree with you as I put my bow on my back and I pat your hand, thanking you for that. I needed that.
Okay. And you descend into the shaft. The earthen walls feel almost like a tomb, especially as the stone path descends around the shaft's circumference. The air below is cool and breezy, hinting at a larger cave system. Suddenly, the air above your head warms and becomes stiflingly hot, and the shaft starts to brighten noticeably. As you look up, you see liquid copper spill over the shaft's lip, coming straight at you.
Piss.
Glad we did not bring horse.
I just look up at you and I'm like, yeah.
So we're gonna run.
Yep. Yeah. Does this look like a trap or does this just look like a feature of being in
This is the runoff.
Night Hammer? Yeah.
So
okay.
this looks like what would normally happen here. That the copper would be sent down that shaft into a lower chamber of some kind. However, there was nobody working up there. There was nothing that was perched about to come over the edge.
I detect
Waste of copper.
foul play.
How big is the hole that it's coming out of?
Well, it's not coming out of a hole. It is spilling over the side of the thing and
it's
down
behind
toward
us.
you. Yeah. It's coming down
Got it.
toward you. So I will take a dexterity dodge.
Well,
You can't just run
and
away
one
from
thing,
it.
well, you want to try to outrun Liquid?
It's copper. How fast can copper be?
I mean, it's probably a combination of movement and then a dodge to make sure
Yes.
that you
Like stay up.
stick the landing.
That makes sense.
But remember, this is a stunt system. If you stunt what you do, you get rewards and extra dice.
Can you remind me what that means? It's been a while since I played in a stunt system.
So what it means is describe what you do. If you give the bare bones description of what you do, it's a one dot stunt. That gives you 2 extra dice on your roll. If you go a little bit beyond and are involving your environment, things around you, other people in your stunt, it's a 2 dot stunt, which gives you 2 extra dice and 1 automatic success.
Whoa.
If you describe your action in such a way that everybody else who is listening goes, wow, then that is a 3 dot stunt. You get 2 dice and 2 automatic successes.
Cool.
So, would anyone like to stunt their dodges?
Of course,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, I need to stunt my dodges.
I have a plan, and it might help other people on theirs.
That's good.
Take the ball.
Yeah. So, you said it's a tight fit for the horse, right?
Yes.
So obviously it's a tight fit for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even to you, this horse looked big. Like,
Clyde's
you're
trying
not
to
able
pick Clyde's
to
up.
ride most horses very long, but you feel like you could probably ride that horse.
At least in a cart, which is just impressive.
Beautiful horse.
I just kind of like shoot my arms out to the sides of the cave, pushing my hands into the wall, and just start like trying to like essentially cave it in front of the flowing water or flowing copper.
Okay. What is your strength?
My strength is 5 plus mighty few because this is a strength-based check, so 3.
Yep. Okay. So this is a feat of strength. which you have a 5 in. Dear Lord.
That's
Okay.
it. I built to help friends. No more copper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Friend boy!
you know, come on. He's 10 feet tall. We knew there was going to be some muscle
that-
involved.
Be my friend.
Right.
Help me.
So let's see. With a 7 or higher, you make your strength athletics roll.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So for reference, a feat of strength at 7 plus strength with 5 successes would allow you to lift a tyrant lizard, which is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, effectively.
Crazy.
So you rip your hands into the wall. You pull away some of the stone. It begins to block the path. Your 6 successes, you said?
Mm-hmm.
We'll give the others 6 extra dice on their rolls.
Okay. What? Can we still
meanwhile,
even
are
stunt, or does
fine.
that not matter?
Oh yeah, you can still stunt. And Rakeem, you are protected from it. The way
I
you
went
done it,
into the little hole I made, essentially.
pretty much.
Beautiful, strong Rakeem.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to follow that one up. That dude took down walls to stop copper.
Yeah, I was just gonna move good. So
Yeah.
that's
Moving good is still good.
it is, but like, well done.
Yeah, while running, just says, "Very good, Rakim," and turns to Strings and goes, "We still need to go." And
Strings is just nodding furiously.
just keeps running because they're both still dealing with, I assume, not as much of the surging copper due to the collapse, but there's still probably some getting through in the process. And he doesn't. He's just running. He's just running for his
So
life.
you're trying to outrun it.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like he has a trick or anything. That's what you see, Strings.
Cool. Strings is essentially in like high heels, because he's just got like those big sandals with like the
Word.
huge wedges under them.
Yeah.
He's actually like about 6 inches shorter than he seems. But he is going to try, because he is pretty dexterous, he's going to try to like jump off of the rock slide and sort of like propel himself further into the tunnel.
So use the rock's momentum and then your own.
Exactly. While the rocks are coming down, I'm just like, great, excellent, thank you, and just like jump off.
Okay. You can both have 2-dot stunt, which is 1 automatic success and 2 extra dice.
Great. And then we add those on top of the 6 that Richie gave us?
Yep.
Okay.
That'd help us if we die here.
Yeah,
Come on,
really
guy.
though.
Ruin the throw.
2 extra plus.
Oh, I might die here.
Oh.
I mean, you're rolling 8 extra dice. I don't see how you could possibly.
With 1 automatic success.
George, you'd be surprised.
I wouldn't. I've seen your rolls.
So I just want to say, I believe I just threw 13 dice, and I got 3 successes from that.
I have 5, which is
makes
only
it-
marginally better. Although with the automatic
which-
success,
plus
it's
Plus
6.
the automatic success.
Yeah,
so
which is 6.
4 for me. It's all right, George.
That's not bad.
Do what you
That's
must.
not bad at all. 4. If 4's bad, I'm toast for the rest of the night.
I'm considering like a normal like dodge is like
It's
6.
It doesn't sound bad until you see the look of the game runner, and then you can decide what's bad.
That's
I'm
true.
trying not
Yes.
to. I always try not to look at George to discern my actions because then I'll not do dumb things.
Oh, that's the only place I look.
Yeah, I can't
stop
control
looking
this
at that.
face. Sorry,
We
the
have
facial
to do dumb
expressions
things.
just-
We have to do dumb things.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Strings, you propel yourself further into the chamber, avoiding the slag as it comes by. Thaklau, as you launch yourself, unfortunately, you run away, talking.
Just running, just trying to straight up outrun it. He's just hoping.
Unfortunately, it does manage to catch you.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I did not take medicine. Just a heads up.
What is your soak?
Is my soak.
Buff jacket. That gives you a soak of 3.
Cool. I'll take it.
Oof. That was not a good roll. So now I understand how you could do that. So you suffer 1 point of lethal damage.
Ooh.
That's the
Burns
bad
you.
kind.
Stings a little, but I'm okay.
I yell down
Okay.
the corridor. I'm like, get on a ledge.
Before it passes by, and the danger is past. For now.
Well, seems that we're unwanted.
It would be the impression I have as well.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, either way, It's worthwhile for us to get to the task at hand, show them that we can be better.
I like the way you think, Zach. Let's keep moving.
Okay. At the bottom of the shaft, you find a tunnel leading further into the hollows. There are several branches leading off. However, there is one tunnel that is the obvious main one.
I feel like
There you
this
go.
is the good one.
Yeah.
I would like to just take a closer look and feel out these pathways.
Okay.
Step
See
in
if
a
there's
little
any
molten
discerning
copper.
details.
Investigation intelligence. And
Hmm.
remember, you can stunt everything. Everything.
Oh, wait.
You can
Yeah.
stunt your defenses. Your
Kavak
attacks.
runs his
Or-
hand along the walls and looks at the pathways to identify any of the tracks, keeping in mind the descriptor given for the individual we're looking for to see if there's any discerning properties or anything to give light to more traveled, less traveled, humanoid, and not so much.
Okay. Roll me that intelligence investigation, and you can have sure 2 dot.
Look at this. He's a kind soul for my lethal damage.
I might have felt bad about that.
No. 3 successes.
Hey.
Okay. It is pretty obvious that while there are some tracks leading down these side paths, the vast majority of them go down the main path. They are mostly humanoid. However, you do see some that have more scraping gait to them, not so much like the standard footfalls.
Now this is interesting. And he'll point it out to the other two.
Hmm.
What is interesting?
Well, to say the least, something that we may or may not be crossing paths with soon enough.
How big are the footfalls, or do we just see the scrapes?
I mean, you see footprints of various sizes. None are as large as the ones that Rakim are leaving, however.
Then I am suddenly less worried.
I thought things that can hurt me that are much smaller.
Yes, but you can hurt them far more than they can hurt you, my friend. Well, we'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
Okay. I'm just gonna take 1 second to look at something. I just need to look at how my tracking thing works.
That's good for now. Yeah, good call.
So I'm gonna just run my I get close to the ground and stuff like that, and I kind of look for smaller footprints and stuff like that. And then I just kind of run my hands along the walls and stuff like that. I'm just kind of trying to really take in all the sights and smells, and I probably even lick my fingers occasionally and stuff. And I'm just trying to suss out if I can catch a hint of perfume or something that I assume a metal worker wouldn't just wander down here, or a mine worker smelling like.
Okay, make me your roll.
You got it. Which is 4 plus 2 is a 6.
Okay. As you taste the remnants of the tracks, there is a
No.
bite. There's a bite to it that's unfamiliar to you. It's not something that you've experienced before. When it touches your tongue, it almost seems to move before it actually causes a slight bit of pain to you.
That is strange. That's not flowers or soap.
I kind of see you react that way, and I go, mind if I cut in?
Sure. Something, I don't even know how to describe. Fluid and acidic.
Can I try to taste it as well? I have toxin resistance. Can that help me, maybe identify if I've ingested this before?
It would, if you swallowed it and it was poisonous, help you in resisting the effects of it.
But what I'm asking is, because I've resisted effects of poisons before, I'm yes, I remember that one particular evening when this gentleman tried to poison me. It did not go well for him.
Definitely
All right.
cyanide.
Rakim, do
Yes,
you help
my
him-
old friend, toothy yet firm.
Do you help him find the...
Yeah, I scoop up a
Right.
bit of the area and stuff, and I'm like, it is careful. Does not feel natural. I say, just gleaning that myself, not having been told by the DM. So
You taste it like he did, but you don't feel the same experience that he described to you.
Somewhat mild. There's no umami to this at all. Yes, I'm afraid I have perhaps become immune to whatever it is you're tasting, but I wouldn't recommend you eat any more of it, my friend. My mountain-esque workmate.
Well, now I feel like I need to taste it. Everybody's tasting.
You
but
know,
I
it's
can
fine.
actually confirm to you that maybe don't.
all right, maybe not this time.
Next one.
Well, if it has any choice in the matter,
Steal.
shall we continue?
Let us go.
Okay. You continue down the path. The main path, yes? You're not taking one of the side paths?
Unless anybody says otherwise, or the tracks indicated a better suggested route.
Where was the weird bitey taste? That was on the main path, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go this way.
Let's do that.
Right into the danger, baby.
Okay.
Danger
Do you light your
zone.
lanterns?
Can we see?
There is no natural light down here.
Then we gotta light the lanterns.
Bust them out. Here we go. Lantern for you. Lantern for you. Lantern for me.
Excellent.
I'm not gonna carry a lantern just in case something breaks the lanterns.
What, you think that I asked that because there's some kind of ulterior motive there?
No, it's just good common sense. I always believe you have an ulterior motive, but that's just a state of mind.
I set
Okay.
I set up the lantern. I'm holding a lantern.
Yeah, we only need like 1, 2 from
So you
back.
continue traveling.
Yeah.
Eventually, the corridor comes to an abrupt end in what appears to be a ruined city square. To the left, up a flight of rough stairs and past a group of columns, lies the only open path. Pursuing that path leads you to a long, wide hall. 5 columns line the inside of the hall, each with a stone warrior leaning up against it, and each stone warrior bears a metal blade. At the end of the hall stands a brass statue carved in the likeness of a legionnaire.
It's a weird thing to have in a mine.
It's a very strange thing to have in a mine. Can I look at the... I think this is maybe my study of the occult. Can I look at the ground to see like if there have been any footprints specifically through here, maybe coming from the statues?
You're investigating around the statues to see if there are any footprints leading back to the statues. I understood you correctly as I was on my hunt?
Yeah, I think it's all this occult stuff that I've been into, but it's like, I don't know about this.
Okay. Make me an perception investigation. Either perception investigation or perception awareness, whichever you would prefer.
Ooh, I will go with investigation. That's better for me. So that's going to be these guys. And while I'm doing it, I'm definitely going to pull out my pipe. And like, I'm going to take my time with this. I'm going to kind of hold up my hand, take out my pipe, light it up, and then Sherlock Holmes the shit out of this, just like looking around the room. I want to I do say, kind of taking in the room around me.
Lau watches from the entranceway and just kind of takes in the whole scene.
Yeah, you
from
can have
there.
a dot.
I'll take a dot. All right, so that's what, 1 extra die?
Yep.
Great.
Two extra dice.
Even better. Hey, there we go. So that's 3 successes.
Okay. As you take in the surrounding areas, there are footprints around the statues, but there is a very thick layer of dust over it. There's a thick layer of dust everywhere, but it's like whatever footprints were there were made a long, long time ago.
Got it. Does it look like there's like entrances behind the statues, or these just sort of, is this a throughway?
It's a throughway.
Got it. Cool. I'll communicate that to the pack.
Great.
Why do you want to do this, Strings?
Well, you can never be too careful. I like
No,
to suss out a new place.
No, the statues is good. I mean, like these.
Oh, the job itself?
Yeah.
Well, it is of interest in my kingdom to gain more influence in Nexus. We figure doing a couple jobs for them, helping our social acumen, will lend dividends. What about you, my cloud-breaking comrade? What brings you on such a job?
Oh, I just like helping people.
That's
A
true.
true
he does.
altruist. I look back at you and I'm like, thank you. I just kind of look at you and I'm like, a true altruist. You are a puzzle wrapped in an enigma, my friend. Very interesting.
You must not be good at puzzles. And I laugh to myself.
I laugh as well, knowing full well that I am not good at puzzles. That actually secretly hurt a lot, but I'm not going to let it show. Just like, son of a bitch.
He's got me pegged.
Oh, God damn it. This guy knows me.
Okay. So, Strings, you've been investigating the room. Did you actually enter the room, or are you just observing it from?
If I can observe it from a distance, because I am a paranoid sort, I would not quite enter yet.
Yep.
But if there comes a point where like I would have to follow a trail, I would also like eagerly be like, aha, and like go in after it. So I kind of leave this one up to you.
No, you did not have to enter in order to
Great.
see what you saw. Okay.
I kind of point along the path and I go, well, it seems as though nobody stopped anywhere in here. Nothing interesting about the statues. I think we can make it through unharried.
Good enough. for me.
Statues have metal swords.
Indeed, they do.
Are you interested?
No, I don't. I don't want the swords. It's fine. I just, you know what? I'm just gonna. I put my hands in some gauntlets. I'm just like gonna get it at the end. All right. The gauntlets are actually like everything on me is very simple. Like the clothes that I wear, the armor that I wear, like nothing has like much. It's kind of the polar opposite of you. There's not a lot of pizzazz happening here. However, the gauntlets are very nice.
I definitely am just like, ooh, an accent piece. I'm into it.
Where it matters.
Okay. So what do you do?
I'm just gonna start walking. I can't. I have no other plan beyond that. I mean, I'll try and look at the floor to see if there's weird patterns of traps and stuff I should avoid. But
So Rakim is leading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lau will follow.
Once Rakim reaches approximately the middle of the room, stones crack and metal screeches as the stone statues come to life. Surprising
bitch.
none of the players.
How could we have foreseen this?
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure. Meanwhile, if you're ready for a live experience, follow our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RPGBlender, where we've just begun a new live Paranoia game. And if you missed our past live episodes or are interested in some RPG tutorials, find us on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We also have a tip jar and merch store if you'd like to contribute to improving this show. Links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution license. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
Let's see what we can get as we go on a little shopping spree. Haha.
Oh, shopping, baby.
She can't get her money back if it's all in our pockets. Haha.
What a dumb idiot.
Got you, Hierarch. Haha. We're heroes. Maybe.